Hi everybody, this is Stephanie. It's Saturday, September 23. So here I am, the long-awaited 3 days off that I have these next 3 days. Work is gradually getting very, very slow. A couple of days ago, one of my assistant managers approached me and said, "Hey Stephanie, I gotta ask you something that the manager wants to ask everyone." I'm like, "Okay, Chuck, what is it?" He said, "Work is a little slow right now, so we're asking people if they want to take a vacation." What do you think I said? Yes, because I can use a vacation. However, I'm saving the bulk of my vacation for my possible moving after the possible closing. So, so far everything's going good, but however, there was a little snag and a mishap in my credit report that made me quite nervous. And I was up one day this week, up until 4 a.m. trying to sort it out. So we'll have more when we come back. However, I want to say thank you to all of my subscribers and to those people visiting my channel for the first time. If you guys find something that resonates with you, please consider on subscribing. If you do, hit that subscribe key, give me a thumbs up. Don't forget to share. We'll be right back with more.
I'm not suggesting anything so complicated.
Yeah, so anyways, about 4 days ago, one of the lending company person that's been helping me was telling me that I have an outstanding balance on one of my Capital One credit cards. So I'm like, I paid that off. Why are we still talking about this? So anyways, he said to me it was credit card such and such and such, the last 4 digits of the 16-digit account number. So I looked at it several times. He gave me the account number, but the account number wasn't adding up. I didn't remember ever having a Capital One credit card with those digits that was marked down on a task that I was completing from the lender. And he said to me that that credit card account was just active last month. So I went and got all my credit cards, not much, I don't have a lot of credit cards. And I'm going through them and I didn't see nothing that matched. I looked at all my past accounts I had, even the ones that were closed, that I closed. Nothing matched. Nothing was ringing a bell, okay? So I panicked. I said, if this last four digits is not ringing a bell, is it possible that I am a victim of identity theft? It's very possible. So I started doing a background check, financial background check on myself. I discovered that I had lived in an address in a different city in Florida that I never lived. All the residences that were listed on my background check or financial check was checking off, but one. One said I lived in Orlando. I never lived in Orlando, ever. That's proof that someone has gotten into my credit file or my background, and something's going on. That made me nervous. It kept me up all night. I went to work the next morning with a sick stomach. So much so that the following day, I stayed home. I'm like, what the hell's going on? What the hell is going on? So anyways, I took the whole day off, and I called up Capital One and I explained to them that I'm going through a loan process to purchase a home, and they said that they can't issue any statements before the billing cycle of this month, the last billing cycle of the month. That if I needed any confirmation or any letter, I would have to wait for them to send out a letter at the end of the billing cycle. Because my lender said to me, if you paid off that credit card, then we need to see a written letter from Capital One that you don't have no balance. Well, anyway, they were also saying that credit card number 2601 or 2123 or whatever is active, and that one had a balance just under $1,000. I'm like, here we go again with this credit card that's a mystery, that even if it was mine's, or even if it existed, if I don't have a credit card like that, how am I supposed to pay it off? I called Capital One. They checked my prior records. They checked my existing accounts. Nothing. That credit card account, 2623, doesn't exist. But yet, it's showing on the credit report. I'm telling you, it made me so nervous. I had knots in my stomach, and I lost my appetite. I wasn't a happy camper. So what I did was I made it a point that here on out, before my closing date, I have to find out what's going on with this, because it just didn't add up. It just wasn't making any sense. So finally, yesterday, when I went to work and on my lunch break, I called up Capital One, and the last person I spoke with passed on my complaint to the supervisor. And when I called, it just happened to be someone who knew what was going on. And he said, Stephanie, we've been looking into your account, and we found out what the problem is. You see, the problem was when my lender was collecting a report on my credit, the three companies that report your credit sent them, I don't know which one, sent them my account number incorrect. Instead of sending them my last four of the last 16-digit four, they didn't. They only sent the last four of the 12th digit, okay? You have 4 groups of numbers. They only sent out 12 digits, and it happened to be those 12 last digits of the 4. That was 26 dash dash. That's not what we go by. We always go by the 16th digit last 4. That's why it wasn't making any sense to me. But to anybody else looking at it, it's an account number. They don't know. That 4 digit of the 12th, those last 4s of the 12th digit was part of the credit card that I paid off. Boy, I'm telling you, was I relieved, because I was scratching my ass, scratching my head. I lost sleep, lost appetite. My stomach was in knots and twists over this. In a matter of seconds, one little mistake, one little wrong key on the computer can mess up your day, or even your life for that matter. So out of 13 tasks that I had on my to-do list for the lender, I have only 2 tasks left. Because when you're doing the tasks that the lender sends you, not all the tasks are supposed to be done by you. A lot of that too is to be done by your realtor, like the purchasing agreement addendum. That's something that my realtor got to contact the seller to get her signature on there, and so my lender will have it. And by next Monday or Tuesday, next Tuesday, I will be done with all my tasks. And all I have to do is wait for the underwriting process to end. And then the final decision or the drop of the Gavin will tell me whether I get to move in my new home or not. I've had a lot of inquiries this year on my credit report. And as you know, this is my second attempt at buying a home this year. And the first attempt didn't go well because my numbers was not adding up, okay? I live alone. I don't have a second person living with me. I'm not dating someone in a long, deep relationship, and I'm not married, so I have to do this by myself, okay? I have to do this by myself. I have to do the financial thing by myself. I'm not one to call up my family and ask for a cosigner or ask for money for a down payment. I ended up taking some of the money out of my 401k to help me, okay? And when I sold my Mercedes, I used some of that money also. But it's a good thing because cars are not very good investments, as you know. But I think it was a good move. You know, I have 2 good vehicles. Well, 1 now. And with the way that rent costs are, it's not worth holding on to a car while you're paying high rent. The car was paid off, and I had a lot of money tied up into it. And it made my checking account and savings more healthier. And the possibility of owning my home has improved. I'm buying more of a home now than I did last time this year. The home I was going to get was a lot smaller and not so nice community. This is a nicer community. And my lenders are telling me everything looks good. But it's not over until the fat lady sings. When she says, "Girl, it's a closing day, you got the house," then I have the house. So when the fat lady sings, then it's a done deal. But I spoke with my current loan officer. Each phase of the process, there are different people handling your loan. And the first one was the loan officer. The second one, she's someone that works closely with the underwriting team. And she told me, "Stephanie, don't stress it. You're going to be fine. Don't get nervous about it." So I'm not going to get nervous about it. I'm not going to be nervous about it. I don't want to have my hopes up too high. And because I don't want to feel disappointed if they found something that is really not good. I mean, I don't have any debt. I don't have anything bad on my credit. So yeah, we'll see what happens. If it's meant to be, it's going to be. So I have 3 days off. Tuesday, I have to go up to the town where I'm buying the home at, to be there with the second home inspector. He's not like a home inspector, but the insurance company that's going to insure my home, they're giving me a good rate because I agreed to comply with their demands. Their demands says, their policy is, they don't want a regular inspector to inspect the roof. They want a licensed building contractor or a licensed roof builder to examine the roof and look at it. So that's what I've done. I located someone a couple days ago, and Tuesday at 4 p.m. I will meet them there with my realtor, and we're going to go over the roof. I may want to take another look inside the house. So that'll be really cool. So that'll be my last process of any tasks that I need to do. Only 2 more tasks, I'm done. Then I have to wait for the underwriting process to finalize. But yesterday and the day before, I spent hours on the phone hunting for a reasonable, affordable homeowner's insurance. It was tough, guys, because the cheapest I got was $1,700 a year. That was my premium, $1,745 a year. And my lenders thought that was too much because they're trying to keep my debt to income ratio low. You can't be above 50% and have 60 or 70% mortgage. You have other bills you got to pay. You got to pay your utilities. You got to pay your car insurance. You got to buy groceries. You have to pay the water bill. You got to pay my HOA, right? So finally, the last person I checked, the last agency I called, is all the way out in West Palm Beach, my old hometown, West Palm Beach. And I spoke at great lengths. They gave me a quote. It was $1,300. But of course, there's stipulations, which I just described. But anyway, I have it. I'm keeping in touch with the agency, and they say everything looks good. And that's one of my last tasks, is to have insurance on the home. But, insurances require a home inspection done. And so does a title company. So that's good. We're moving along steady. As a matter of fact, they told me that I'm way ahead of schedule. When I get going, I go like metal to the pedal, because I try to take advantage of the time I have to get things done. Like that mini investigation with my credit. You have to jump on things. You have to be proactive. You got to be proactive in discovering things and and finalizing things and getting to the bottom of things, you know? Because if there's something else that needs to be done, I'm so far ahead that I'll have time to solve other issues that could pop up. But, so, my friend Stacy and I are going to go to church tomorrow. I haven't been to church. The last church I went to was a Catholic church on Longboat Key. Before that, it was a church in Sarasota. And so I haven't been to either church in over 5 years. Okay, maybe more. And a lot of things happened, you know. So a lot of things happen. I'm somewhat of a workaholic, and I don't always put money first in my life, but when you're a single person, sometimes you have to have an extra income source to make ends meet. Okay, being single is not the easiest thing. If you're buying a new car, if you're saving to buy a home, that means you have to have extra income. I know I do. But the good thing though is we're financing this home based on one job, and that's my full-time job. So if I do work a part-time job, it's pure extra money, and I can always use pure extra money. What does that mean? It might mean me taking on a nice vacation someplace and not worrying about taking money out of my budget for my mortgage and my monthly bills to live. It might mean buying another small car that I can afford. It might mean having the money to go visit my family or to do things with my friends, you know. And having two incomes is important for me. I live alone, so that's the way it is. It means that I don't have to dip into the money that I have aside for things so I can have a roof over my head, insurance in my car, food on my table, and stuff like that. And extra income doesn't mean another 40-hour job. It means maybe 3 days a week, doing four hours or something like that. That's what I'm doing right now, 3 days a week, 4 hours. It's perfect. It's a few $100s a month. That's a lot. So anyways, I said that tomorrow, me and my friend Stacy are going to go to church. And it's been a long time since I've been, a long time. And after we're done with church, she reserved some mountain bikes so we can go mountain bike riding. And that'll be fun. And I haven't really rode my bike with anybody in a while, so I'm looking forward to it. And I also told her that I'm thinking about a production film that is based on two people, and she said she might be interested in doing it. We'll see, but it's all in fun. I like to create. Creating content, fun, interesting content is fun. I like producing film, whether it's a comedy, whether it's a romantic film. It's just a lot of fun, you know, putting some work and effort into something different that not too many people is interested in doing. And once I agreed to do that, my mind started to work right away on the scene, on the drama, the plot. What's this little mini movie going to be about? Is it about people? Is it about something you're trying to pursue? Is it something sinister like the one on my other channel I have? Yeah, so we'll see. But anyways, that's what's happening here today, and these are the plans I have for this weekend. And you'll be hearing back from me soon. As soon as I find out about my home situation, you can bet I'll be back here. I'm going to celebrate. Maybe me and Stacy will go out and have a good time, or grab a drink or something to eat. That'd be nice. Maybe I'll walk on the beach, right, Stacy? But anyway, all right. So I hope you guys have a fantastic weekend. Today in Florida, there wasn't a single cloud in the sky. It was so awesome during my lunch break today. I was like, oh my God, look at that baby blue sky. Because all year has been excruciatingly hot. All right, guys. You guys have a nice weekend. We'll be chatting again soon.